Folks, welcome back into the 7 financial blind spots. Steve, this is the most controversial of all of our 7 spots. There's no right or wrong answer, but there's a right or wrong fit many times. Mm-hmm. Should you or should you not pay your mortgage off before retirement?
Well, you're exactly right. It's the right or wrong fit. And so it's looking, the big thing here and the big answer to this question is opportunity cost, right? So what are you giving up by paying off that mortgage?
Good point.
And so I just actually had this conversation with a new client just yesterday.
Yep.
Because they have a mortgage that the interest rate is 1.75.
Nice.
And they have some money in savings,
right,
which they're getting 0.1% interest on. And the wife very much wanted to just pay off the mortgage and use all the money that's in the bank because she said, well, I'm not making any money in the bank. And what I said was, well, now what happens if something goes wrong?
They ate up their emergency fund.
You just ate up all of your emergency fund.
Yeah.
So there's a value to having the flexibility that cash provides,
right,
because you make decisions from a position of financial strength. It's like if you were in foreclosure and you were having a yard sale and say you had some good pieces, maybe even a Rolex watch, right? Is someone going to give you the value of that Rolex watch when the whole neighborhood knows you're in foreclosure?
They know you need it.
Yeah. And so it's the same idea. If you don't leave yourself enough of a cushion, you can you can leave yourself kind of in a bad spot. The other thing that you can look at too is investing some of that money, right? So if you have a ton of money in cash and you have a 1.75% mortgage, you could take that money and invest it. You only have to beat the 1.75% that you're paying on the mortgage.
I'm jealous of that 1.75%.
Yeah, so he's a veteran, so he had a veteran.
2.99. Yeah. I thought it was good, but
yeah.
But here it is. I mean, when you think about it, you are locking the bank in to accept a very small payment for the rest of that term, up to 30 years in the future, and they still, 30 years from now, still are going to be getting that very small payment, which is not going to be worth anything compared to what it is today, but the bank still has to take it. Right. So and then if you retire and you pay, let's say you pay your house off, and you retire. You don't listen to what we're talking about. You just say, when am I listening to those guys? I'm paying my house off. Then you retire, and then you figure out you need money. So you have a lot of equity. Well, the 100% equity in the house. You go ask the bank to get some of the equity back. They may turn you down because you don't have a job anymore.
Exactly.
Very important things.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we always talk about too. So right now you're working, right? Yeah. So it's easy for you to get financing because you have your income. Yeah. The second you stop working, and now
become a credit risk.
And it's like insurance. Like, when do you want insurance? Well, when you need it.
Yeah,
well,
the day after.
Yeah. Are people going to give you insurance when they? Nope. And so it's the same thing with the loan. You're only going to want to borrow from your house if you're strapped for cash.
Right.
And why would you be strapped for cash? Because you don't have enough income coming in.
So why strap yourself for cash when you're the cause of it by taking all your money that you had and paying the house off, and now you're strapped for cash, and now you need the money back. You might not get it back. So
exactly.
Don't create your own problems. In other words.
Exactly.
Especially with rates. Now, I could see this point of view like back in the 70s and 80s when mortgages were like 10, 15%.
Right.
Then you'd want to pay that off early because you probably couldn't get that. Well, you might not get that kind of return anywhere else. But if you got a 1.79 or a 2.99 or 4% rate of mortgage, there's really no need to pay it off.
The majority of people have their mortgages under 4% right now.
Yep.
So to get in a well-structured portfolio to get more than 4%,
it's pretty easy.
Pretty attainable.
Yes. So folks, let's make sure we do the right thing. And I understand this is an emotional kind of thing, paying the mortgage off early. But if you have money earmarked in your own accounts that you could anytime reach in and pay the mortgage off if you needed to, then there's no need to pay the mortgage off.
Absolutely.
Right? It gives you the peace of mind knowing you could if you wanted to. But let's figure out, let's get a real plan put together. The mortgage is part of a total retirement plan, and Steve and his team can put one together for you, a total plan. If you call right now, the number is 800-597-4579.